So, going back to what you were saying, and it's related, no? You said parang very offbeat. Urban planners are the ultimate generalists, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because nearly everything happens in a city, right? It's where we live, it's where we
That's
work,
true.
it's where
Yeah.
we get around. It's about economics, it's about ecology, right? Because what kind of an environment do we grow in? So it's nearly everything except for farming, right? And big uh, extractive mining. Nearly everything about that the humans do occurs in cities, right? In fact, may mga researchers who argue you can't disentangle civilization from cities, right? Because when we started forming
Yep.
cities uh, 10,000, 8,000 years ago, yun, we started forming civilization. So anyway, so you're as an urban planner, you are a generalist. And going back to what we were saying in about planning, ang tanong is, what is happening in our cities? What
Mm-hmm.
do we want our cities to do and achieve? How do we get that there? And then how do we know we're getting there? Okay, I'll stop there.
Okay, astig nun Meron bang ano, sir? Sorry, Benji, no? Meron bang, kung may urban planner, meron din bang mga provincial planner, ganun?
Oh, actually, in the Philippines, ang classification natin ng urban planner is environmental planning.
Ooh,
So
okay.
meron,
Yun
so
pala.
it can exist at
Okay.
very, very different scales. Right?
Okay.
From provincial, which cities are we going to start growing? What kind of roads do we need to invest in? To very district, di ba, anong mangyayari sa Ermita, anong plano natin, or merong bagong mall, or where do we put the mall? So ganun, meron yan. Meron ding inter-country planning, right? Because cities
Oh,
don't
that's
really care
interesting.
about boundaries, right? They can grow across boundaries.
Baka sa North and South Korea merong inter-country planning.
Hindi, yun lang.
Probably,
Hard
no?
boundary yun.
Yeah.
Hard boundary.
Malinaw yung
Pero
boundary
there are
nila.
planners who talk
Yeah.
about what is that edge look like.
Yeah.
That was planned. General Eisenhower, he's not a planner, he's a military planner and a former president, like to say that plans are nothing, planning is everything.
Okay.
So
Mm.
when we talk about the instruments, right, it depends on where you're working. It could be a strategic document for a city or a district of a city or a neighborhood, or it could be a strategic document for a network of cities that basically saying what is the current conditions, what do we need to achieve, and that could be things like make housing cheaper and much more accessible, or reduce traffic congestion, or make
Right.
transportation easier. So it could be in a strategic document, or it could be in a strategic plan, which is basically from the document you go, oh, here's the physical plan, right? Dito natin ilalagay yung zones ng industry. Dito natin maglalagay tayo dito ng parks, or we're making sure that every person is within 10 minutes of a park. Or we're going to say, we're going to plan these things so that any person is within 15 minutes of where they need to work or live, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yung tools nun include things like land use, determining land use, which is basically land use is how is this land going to be used? Is it going to be residential? Is it going to be commercial? Is it going to be mixed?
Right. Oh.
Whatever else. So the other feature, the two of urban planning is these are long gestation periods, right? You can create a plan and finish it in a year or two, but the implementation of the plan may take 50 years or 60 years or whatever. So, back to your question. Ano yung metric? One is, did you complete the plan? Is there buy-in? Is the community on board? Right. Second, are there resources that will actually develop that plan? So you can say, for instance, i-mix use natin yan, so hindi separate yung work from where people live and where people shop. Pero kung walang pera, so there's no budget that goes to it, whether it's corporate budget or government budget, and that's one indicator of failure or success. Kung walang commitment, again, these are plans that could take 10 years, could take 50 years. If there's no commitment to say, we're going to build it, and here's the money for it, then it's not going to be successful. It's not going to happen, right? The other is metrics of success is, are you actually achieving what you set out to do? So again, kung yung goal mo is to make it a livable, walkable city, are people
Yes.
walking? Are people using less cars? Are people
Yeah.
happy? Right? Are people healthy? So ganon. So again, from a very generalist standpoint, you can figure out what that is.